Okay, so today we're going to winterize an RV. I've been postponing this and we got a pretty good cold snap last night, so I figured I'd better get it done. First thing we want to do is there are two types of water heaters. One of the water heaters is an Atwood and it will have a plastic drain plug on it. The other is going to be a Suburban. The Suburban's going to have a metal drain plug on it with an anode rod. And mine just happens to be a Suburban, and I'm going to show that to you right now. This is a Suburban. The drain plug is right there. But the one thing about the Suburbans is that right here you've got a switch. It's an on and off switch. And that switch right there, we want to shut that off because that's the 110 heating element that's heating the water that's inside. We don't want that. We want that to be off. And so this is where it's at on the outside of the RV. The bedroom is right there. So our water heater is right there. And our water hookups are there. Okay. So we're going to go back on in. And we're going to talk about the different tools that we need. So the tools you're going to need are going to be antifreeze. We're going to start with antifreeze. I'm not real particular. I don't buy the store-bought and stuff. I buy only from RV dealerships. And the reason being is because they buy the stuff that doesn't typically stain. Okay? You're also going to need possibly a flashlight. Okay? And you're going to need a screwdriver, possibly. And a lot of times they use the number 2 square head bit. Okay? In my case, I don't need to use that. Socket to take that plug out on the water heater. And we're going to need an extension for that as well to get to it. Okay? And then a 1/2-inch drive ratchet. We're going to take and turn the water pump on, and we can hear it. You hear it running? Okay, so it's down back behind this panel. Now I've already removed the screws and everything so that you can see. We're going to remove that panel. I've loosened the screws. We're going to take it out, and that's where all the access to the water pump is going to be. I'm going to go ahead and shut that off right now because we're going to need that again here in just a couple of minutes. Okay, so we're going to remove this panel here. Not too difficult to do. Just get this back a little bit so you can see. I already took the screws loose right there, as you can see. And we're just going to pull this guy out. Alright, now just so you know, if you see a panel that has screws on it and it's a decorative panel, it is made to access something. Now before you store your trailer or RV, one thing you might want to do is put a couple of mouse traps in there. Just in case, because when the weather gets colder, the mice are looking for some place to go. We're going to get you down in here so you can see what's going on. We're going to put the camera in there. We're going to aim it down so you can see the water pump assembly. Okay, so what we got here, and I'm going to see if we can zoom it in a little bit. Right here, there's a valve. Okay, this valve and this white hose right here goes down to the water pump. If I turn that valve, what it's going to do is it's going to then siphon from this hose. Now, if you bought a trailer from up north where you get harsh winters and stuff, a lot of your RV dealerships will buy your RV from the factory with a winterization kit on it. If you live in the southern states and you move to the northern states, chances are they're not going to have a winterization kit on them. So this one, I had to have the winterization kit put in. So what we do is we're going to take this hose, we're going to stick it in our jug of antifreeze, and then so your tank or your jug of antifreeze becomes basically like your fresh water tank, and the pump will siphon from it. Okay, we're not going to do that yet. Because what we are going to have to do is we're going to have to turn what's called the bypass valves on the water heater. Okay, so now we saw on the outside of the trailer where it was that the water heater was at in location to the bedroom. Now, because I already know where mine's at, in here, it is going to be down right there behind that drawer, okay? So what we got to do is we got to remove the drawer. When we remove the drawer, I'm going to turn a light on in here, it'll help a little bit. We're going to, there's going to be these little black pieces, these little black tabs on the drawer that I'm going to show you, okay? These little tabs right here, that is what's going to release the drawer, okay? So you're going to use those to release the drawer. There's one on each side. So I've got the drawer out now, and I'm going to leave the drawer out. There's no need to put it back in. Why put it back in if I'm not going to use the RV and I'm just going to have to take it out again in the spring? So right down there is where our bypass valves are at. Okay, there's 3 of them. I don't know how well. Let me see if I can get that in there. There we go. You can see all 3 of them right there. Okay, what that does is that keeps it so you don't have to buy 6 gallons of antifreeze to winterize your coach. You're just going to winterize the lines. You're not going to put antifreeze inside your water heater. There's no need to. All you have to do is drain it. So our next step will be, we've already shut it off. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to drain the water heater. And there's your anode rod. Now, just because it's ugly looking and chewed away a little bit, doesn't mean that it's bad. Excuse the helicopter noise. We are going to place our anode rod in there for safekeeping till next spring. Set that guy right in there like that. And then that way, in the spring, we know right where it's at. Okay, so after we've drained the water heater, what we want to do is turn the 3 valves on the back side of the water heater 90 degrees. That's going to isolate the water heater tank from the rest of the plumbing system and make all the plumbing system a cold system. So that we're going to do next. Voila, we're done. We got the tank isolated from the rest of the system. Now back out to the water pump. And at the water pump, we're going to turn the valve there so it'll siphon from the jugs. Once I punch a hole in the jugs. It's a good idea at this point to have a couple of jugs ready to go. This trailer, I think, normally takes about 2 gallons, but I always get 3 jugs ready to go. I have a 4th jug just in case I make a mistake somewhere along the way. So we're going to punch a hole in there, and a hole in there, just like that. Alright, so now we're going to turn our valve at the water pump so that it siphons. Now it's done. So what we're going to do at this point is take our jug, set it right here. That's not going to work, so I'm going to have to set it inside, and we want the hose to go all the way down to the bottom. Okay, now we're going to turn the pump on, and the pump should pressurize the system, so bear with me. Alright, system's pressurized. Now I always start on the outside. And the reason I start on the outside is because that's the part everybody forgets. You can't forget doing the outside because you get stuff freezing up. So here we go. I have an outside kitchen, and we want to do the cold side. Run it until it runs pink. There we go. Now what we need to do is we need to check our jug and see how much we've siphoned out of it. Because when you first get it going in there, it takes a while. So we didn't use much of our jug, so that's a good thing. So now we're going to go out and do the hot side. The hot side's going to take a lot because it's got to go all the way from the kitchen back to the water heater in the bedroom and then back out to this spigot out here. I'm going to run just a little more cold. Nice and pink. Good, that's what we want. Okay, now we're going to run the hot. And look at that, we've already got some pink. No, that was... So now we're sucking that jug down pretty good. I better go check the jug. And now we're getting down there. We still got about half a gallon left. So I'm going to turn that on and run it some more. Hopefully we get pink coming out, and then it'll probably be time for our next jug. And there we're getting our pink. That's what we want. And it sounds like our jug is about dry. We'll come back out and check that one in a little bit once we get the other ones done. So now we're going to get started on jug number 2. Even though I still got stuff left in jug number 1, jug number 2 is fuller, and chances are we're going to get more siphoning action out of it. So we're going to set jug number 2 aside, and we're just going to go over and pop that guy in there, and then now what we're going to do is we're going to do the kitchen sink. And we're going to run hot after we open the drain. And there's pink. Good. Hot side, cold side. Cold side's already there. Okay. Okay. And we'll go check that other one outside first. Make sure it's done good. There we go. Hot. I'd say that's pretty pink. Good. Now I don't have an outside shower on this RV, but if you do have an outside shower, don't forget to do it. So our kitchen sink's done. Outside sink's done. The only thing that's left is the bathroom. Okay, so in the bathroom, same deal. There we go. There we go. And then we're going to do the same with the shower. Open that up. We're going to just take and run our shower. I'm going to put this camera down in a safe location, I hope. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we're going to take the shower head, and we want pink. And there we go. We've got pink and more pink. There we go. Now, the very last thing, bear with me, the fan turns on when you turn the light on in here. Okay, the toilet. We got to run the toilet, so we're going to press the pedal. We're gonna press the pedal and wait for pink. There we go. Give it a nice flush. That's it, guys. We're winterized, just like that. That's all there is. It's pretty simple. The hardest part for most people is just finding the places where it is that you need to do the winterization at. Finding the backside of the water heater, etc. Those kinds of things. That's it. That's all there is to it. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was helpful. Please, if you liked the video, please subscribe. I put stuff up now and then. And please subscribe and hit the like button and hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you for watching today.